ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्येभ्यो नमो नमः। ओम श्री गुरुचरण कमलेभ्यो नमो नमः। Today, once again, let's all pray to the Divine Mother for her blessings. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvighanam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varde Kamarupani Vidya Arambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Shri Guru Tasmai Shri Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. We bow to you as Shakti, as divine energy and consciousness. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Daya Rupena Samskrita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. We bow to you, Mother, as mercy, as bliss. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Durge Rupena Samskrita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. Tonight, once again, we bow to you as Durga Devi. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी जगदम्बे माता की जय. My dearest beloved brothers and sisters, devotees all, once again, through the kindness, the will, the mercy of the universal divine Devi Ma, she has given us the opportunity to come once again to sit together at her lotus-like feet, sitting by her murti and simply praying to her, surrendering to her, making offerings to her through the medium of kirtanam, bhajans, beautiful prayers and prayers and prayers. And then we listen to her glories. Tonight being the third night, I believe, on behalf of all of us, our Shaanti Bhavan Mandir family, all of us present here so far, this evening we bid each and every one of you pranam. Let's enjoy this night once again through the compliments of the Divine Mother. As we've been doing night after night, we will join in the beautiful recitation of one simple mantra which brings forth divine energy and consciousness in our lives. And that simple mantra is Om Dum Durgai Namaha Swaha. 108 times. Imagine the feeling one gets when we surrender to her. So firstly, we'll do our preparation with mantras, washing the hands, sipping the water, touching the various parts of our bodies, igniting the fire, fanning the fire, and then we begin our oblations. Adhara Shri Durga Mataye Namaha. Om Hasta Prakshalanam Samarpayami Shri Govindaye Namo Namaha. Om Shri Amritopasaramasi Swaha. Om Shri Amritapidhanamasi Swaha. Om Shri Satyam Yashaha Shri Mani Shri Shaitam Swaha. Once again. Om Hastacharanam Samarpayami Shri Govindaye Namo Namaha. Om Vangamiyaseyasu. Om Nasuri Pranovastu. Om Achuni Chachuyastu. Om Kalyone Shodamastu. Om Mahurve Varamastu. Om Urvane Ojavastu. Om Aishani Rayandani Pranustanami Sahasanto. We light the fire now. Om Bhuribhuva Swam. Om Bhuribhuva Swam. Vyoriva Bhuvana Prithviva Varinda Tasyasti Prithvi Devayashri Prishni Agrim Anadam Anadayadane. We fan the fire. Om Udbudya Swaragani Pratijagani Tvamisha Bhuriti Samshijita Vayancha Asmin Sadasvi Adhyutarashmi Vishwadeva Yajamana Shasi Dada. Now whatever offerings you want to, whether it's ghee or samagri or some grains, it is up to you. Tonight I'll be using ghee once again, and there on the screen I believe we will have the mantra, so you can all follow along. Together, let's begin. Om Dum Durgaye Namah Swaha. 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 Om
Om Dum Durgaye Namah Swaha. 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 Om Dum Durgaye Namah Swaha.
Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Sarvavai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvavai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvavai Purnam Swaha. And now we will all take our blessings from Agni Devata. Om Vidamasi
Vidamai Dehi. Om Bharavasi Bharamai Dehi. Om Tejavasi Tejamai Dehi. Om Ojavasi Ojamai Dehi. Om Manyavasi Manyamai Dehi. Om Syavasi Syavamai Dehi.
Let's be all for This is of course coming compliments of our dear Umaji and Aaron. We want to thank this wonderful family this evening. We want to pray that Bhagavan will bless each and every one of them with happiness and peace. Om Brahmarapanam Brahmani शक्ति जगदम्बे माता की And there we have completed our sacrificial part of our satsang for this evening. And as I said, very, very simple, in the simplest way possible. We try to do so. This way, our devotees logging in can follow us, and we're able to understand and comprehend the simplicity in worship to the Universal Mother. Life is too complex already. No need for it to be more complicated. So we try to simplify things and make it meaningful and divine as possible. Once again, on behalf of the Shaanti Bhavan Mandir family, we want to thank all of you for your continuous support during our Navraatri celebration. So it is time, it is devotional time now to listen to some beautiful bhajans. And this evening we are blessed with some beautiful golden voices. And I don't want to rob any of them of the opportunity. I would like all of them to sing. We have our dear Umaji, our dear Chandani, our dear Kevin Mahavir, our dear Varsha, our dear Sabrina Ji, Lady Di, and of course Brianna behind the cameras. We'll pull her away tonight for a little bit. She'll come and join us as well in singing some beautiful, most glorious bhajans. And keep in mind, it doesn't have to necessarily be Devi bhajans. So I want everybody to know that. It doesn't just have to be Devi bhajans. It can be Saraswati Ma bhajans, Lakshmi bhajans, Durga bhajans, Ram bhajans, Krishna, anyone. Because in reality, they all reach the same source of inspiration. So what we will do, we will come from this side. We will start with our dear Brianna Ji, Uma, and then we will come all the way around to the other side. Sit back and enjoy these beautiful, glorious songs to God.
Jai Jai Ma, Karuna जय
Thank you.
देवी भवानी देवी सरस्वती देवी भवानी देवी सरस्वती देवी भवानी देवी सरस्वती
बोलिए प्रेम सोलो आदि शक्ति जगदम्बे देवी माता की जय. After listening to such beautiful bhajans, setting the tone, putting us in the mood to listen to the glories of God, let's continue in such devotion. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram,
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
First of all, devotees, let me apologize. Tonight was supposed to be Yogi Ji officiating, but I just came from a wake. Auntie Sally's son, who passed away, they have the viewing tonight at the parlor on Liberty Avenue, and of course, they didn't have no dholak player, and he was the only one there playing dholak. So I kind of feel so bad, but nevertheless, Ali always stop with me tonight. Third night of Navraatri. We're in the third step of the ladder. How do we feel? Where are we? How do I feel from the time I started the preparation, from all the fastings and the cleaning and decorating and all these things? Do I feel better? Do I feel more enlightened? Do I feel more advanced spirituality? Do I feel more in love with my Lord? Do I have more devotion, more faith? Or are we still at the same level? These are the questions we ask night after night. And as Guruji would say, put a little check mark. All your good qualities and all your bad qualities. See which one is increasing and which one is decreasing. So we hope during this period of Navratri, all the bad ones will start to diminish little by little now. And we start to put a check of all the good, how the good keeps increasing. We're in satsang. I know one of the beauties about satsang, I think Shankaracharya says it best. What does it give us the opportunity to do? How does it help us? Listen to his words. Geyam Geetam Nama Sahasram Dheyam Shri Patirupa Ajastram Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam Deyam Dina Janaya Chavitam. Everybody repeat after me, please. Geyam Geetam Nama Sahasram Dheyam Shri Patirupa Ajastram Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam Deyam Dina Janaya Chavitam. And these are the words of Shankaracharya, one of the greatest saints who ever lived. He says during satsang, it gives us the opportunity to firstly Geyam Geetam. Number one, he says it gives us the opportunity to sing the praises of God. Geetam, to listen, to read, to observe, to imbibe and to enjoy, to embrace the words of our scriptures. Nama Sahasram, the poet says, it gives us the opportunity to chant and to call and to reflect on the many names of God in our lives. Dheyam, it gives us an opportunity to bring forth focus and concentration. This is one of the most important points of satsang. It gives us an opportunity to focus, to concentrate on life. Shri Pati Rupa Ajasram, it gives us the opportunity to glorify all the many forms of God. Niyam Sajjan Sange Chittam. Niyam means to allow, Sajjan means noble souls, Sange means association, Chittam means the mind. It gives us the opportunity to allow the mind to be associated with divine souls, beautiful people. Deyam Dina Janayat Javittam. The beautiful poet says, it gives us the opportunity that whatever we would have enjoyed during this period of satsang, it gives us the opportunity to share. Deyam means to give or to share. That whatever we have enjoyed, what we appreciate, what we have absorbed during this period, we share that now with those that we come in contact with. So we shouldn't take satsang very lightly as an opportunity just to go to fulfill somebody's invitation or just to go and enjoy food, nice food and all these things. But it gives us an opportunity for much, much more, my dear devotees. Those of you who were with us last night, we started a beautiful discourse where we started to listen to the story of Kakbhushundi. And this evening, we will continue on that beautiful scene in this katha. Now last night, those of you who were here, there were 4 questions that Garuji asked of Kakbhushundi. Remember, Kakbhushundi was a crow. He got this form. Garuji was a beautiful form of God. He had this beautiful eagle-like form. No? Very beautiful in description. And he was sitting at the feet of Kakbhushundi. He listened to the whole story of Ram. Now he had the opportunity to speak. And he says, Lord, Guruji, please tell me. I want to know something. Question number 1. How did you know of Ram's Katha? How are you so versed? How? Have you always known this story? How did you get this form of a crow? And when did you hear this story? So last night we looked at how Kakbhushundi started to talk about his own life now. Not about anything else, not about Ram, nobody else. He started talking about his own life as he started to explain to Garuji of his life. Remember the questions, because these questions are very, very important to the Katha. Last night when we left off, Kakbhushundi says, firstly, I was accepted by Ram. I was accepted by the Lord. And hence, with such acceptance, I started to appreciate him more. Only when somebody accepts you. It's like when you give a gift. No? If I give you a gift, I say, Umaji, this pen is for you. Firstly, she has to accept this pen with great admiration, and she has to appreciate the pen. Then the pen will become meaningful. You agree with me? Such is a gift. So he says, when the Lord accepted me as his devotee, I fell in love with him, and I started to learn more. I started to appreciate more of the stories which talks about his glories. And he says, I was not always this form. I was born in the form of a Shudra. Remember who's a Shudra? The working class people. Ala de Shudra. We work. 9 to 5, sometimes 9 to 9. Whole night in the shop, whole night we come home morning hours. We work, but this is part of life. We have to work, we have to maintain our lifestyle and those around us. But he made a very important point last night. He says, but because of the choices I made in my life, I ended up with this form. Remember, he was a beautiful form, human form. He had this human body. And I made the point last night, Bade bhagya manush tan pava. We're going to hear that till we die. The greatest form is to be blessed with this human form, this human body. God has given us an opportunity to live, to correct the mistakes from last life, from the last janma. And the good karma which we have performed in that birth, it gives us an opportunity now to advance ourselves more. But the question is, what are we doing with this precious birth? So when he said that dhana mad mat param bachala, he says that because I got intoxicated with wealth, that I lost focus on what was important. Ugra buddhi urdam bhavisala. He says, because of my dull-wittedness, because of my ignorance, I lost focus on my form. I lost focus on life itself. Jadapi raheu raghupati radhani. He says, I even dwelled in Ayodhya, where Ram's name is sung all day, but yet I didn't know who he was, and I didn't appreciate him at the time. The last question Sabrina answered last night was when. Garuji says, when did you hear of this katha, and when did you start to love this katha? This was when the next chaupai, he says, Ab jana mein avadha prabhava. He says, only in this birth, now I realize what I could have gained in my past birth. Now I fell in love with my Lord's story, because I realized that the name of Ram will take me across the ocean of life. So, did you always have this form? He said, no, I was a human form, but I lost focus. Did you always know of Ram's katha? He says, no. When did you learn it? Now I'm learning it. Now I'm learning the importance of this katha. And it is there where we continue on this beautiful scene where Kakbhushundi continues to tell his story. Remember what I said? It has come to the realization when we need to focus on our story. You know the old joke saying, the lady who was screaming, who was looking through her kitchen window. You know the story? She was looking through the kitchen window and she was looking into the neighbor's house. And she was looking and she says, look how the people get the house. Look at the condition of the house. The house is so filthy, so dirty. How can they live like that? Her husband standing near the kitchen and her husband tapped her on the shoulder. Says, what you do? She said, look at them people, listen, look through the window. Look how the house filthy and dirty. How do you live like that? So he took a paper towel and he started to wipe the window that she was looking through. And when she realized it was her window that was giving her that vision. So, now focus on other people's story. Tell your own to the world. We continue Uttarkand of Ramcharitamanas. Kakbhushundi says, I lived in Ayodhya for so many years, many years, but it came a time when I had to leave. Why? Let's see. Tehi kalikal bada बसे हूँ अवध विघेश, पढ़े दुकाल विपत्ति बस, तब मैं गए हूँ विदेश, गए हूँ विदेश श्री राम। This beautiful dua, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो कल काल बरस बहु बस हुआ कल काल बरस बहु बस हुआ पर काल विपत्ति बस, तब मैं गए हो तब मैं करूँ He says, "Tehi kalikala baras bahu basahu avadh vigis." He says, for many, many years, oh Garuji, I lived in the beautiful city of Ayodhya. And in this city, every day Ram's story was being told. Every day. But because of my ignorance, I realized that I was not equipped. I was not ready. I was not able to comprehend the sweetness of this story of the name of Ram. And when I looked and I looked and I saw people living and enjoying the peace and the comfort of, no matter if they had any problems in their life, they still found some kind of peace and contentment because the name of Ram resounded in every atom of Ayodhya. He's describing Ayodhya. Now imagine this place. And this is why I always say, our home should be Ayodhya. Our hearts should be such a place, Ayodhya. Kaha chupe ho Raja Ram. The devotee sings the song that says, Ram, why did you leave me? Where have you gone? Why can I find peace in my heart anymore? Why? Because the name of Ram is not in this Ayodhya. And he says, because of my ignorance, because of my hate, I realized that this was not the place for me. And I couldn't find peace. Now I have to wonder, if everybody else was happy in this place, what happened to you? All of us are born with our own karma. My dear sisters and brothers, Parahu dekha bipati bas aur tab main gayo place. He says, and he makes this beautiful statement, he says, I realized Ayodhya was not the place for me. And this brings a very important point. Take for example, if you're not happy in your job, you will stay there forever. You shouldn't, because you will never be happy. And no matter what you do, you will never find peace in it. No matter if the pay is good, you're not content, you're not happy. So why would you stay there? And he realized that I am not happy in this place. I don't know why. I can't find peace here. I have to leave Ayodhya. Where will you go? He says, I went to another country to live. And sometimes we do that. When we realized, like for example, we left Guyana, Guyana was starting to get hard. It was very difficult. And many of us, we migrated to different parts of the United States and Canada and all these places because for some reason we wanted more. We wanted education for our children. We wanted betterment for our children, for our lives. We wanted safety, security. So he realized at this point in his life, this is not the place for me. For whatever reason, I cannot explain to you, Garuji. But I realized I had to move. So he was in search now to find that peace. Where did you go? Garuji asked him. So where did you go? You left Ayodhya, such a beautiful place. Where did you go, O Kakbhushundi? He says, now I left Ayodhya and I went to a very far place, far away. Now look at this. It says, when adversity came into my life, crept in, all forms of misery I was going through, I decided I need to move and I need to go find peace somewhere. Where will I go? What were the thoughts? Gayeu Jaini Sunu Urgari. There's a beautiful place called Ujjain in India. Now I did a little research and I found that this place, Ujjain, is approximately 890 kilometers, which is about 890 miles from Ayodhya. That is a far place. You're thinking, leave Bronx. I'm not happy in Bronx. I come to Queens. I'm not happy in Queens. I'm too much. Because people know my business. I'm going to Long Island. Where else do you go? Huh? So he says now, I decided I'm going to go far away. Maybe when I go and I start my new life now, I may find peace in such a place. And when I did the math to see how far this would be of a drive if you're driving, it's about 16 and a half hours. Can you imagine that? 16.5 hours. That is like driving from here to Minnesota. Panidip, if you there, you come in my. So he traveled a far place to find peace and joy. But he made a point. Dina malina daridra dukhai. But he says, even when I got there and I started living there, I could not get over my covetousness and my wickedness and my ignorance and my arrogance. Now, why were he going through all of this? This is the journey of life. Sometimes you wonder, when you look at somebody, you say, oh my God, man, why are you so bad? Everything people do puja for you, they fast for you, they do all this for you, they carry up, dog your head, all kind of thing they do for you, and you still like this? Remember, karma is a terrible thing. Karma. We have to go through the phase of karma. And it may take a long time. And this is why I did this. This is why I mentioned these numbers. It will take a long time for us to travel the world, the life, this birth and death, for us to find that peace and joy that we are searching for. And he went in search, but he couldn't. He says, I was poor. I started to indulge in all kind of negativity, and I brought pure pain and misery in my life and those around me. Now you have to understand this. When you're affected, those around you are affected. For example, if you're sick, now you're alone sick, the whole house will end up sick. Because we can't sleep when you are out. Mommy can't sleep. Mommy runs and rushes and takes care of you and makes sure you're okay. So everybody feels the effect of karma. So we have to be very, very careful. He says my entire family started to feel the effects. Gayahu kala kachu sampati pai. But I love how he mentions this though. He says little by little, I started now to develop devotion for God. He started to talk about his relationship now. He started to fall in love with Bhagavan Shiva. He says, Gayu kal kachu sampati pai taha punikahu shambhu sevakai. He said, I started to serve Lord Shiva. I started to worship. I started to glorify Lord Shiva, thinking I will find that peace and happiness that I'm searching for. And when I was in there, when I was in that beautiful place, Ujjain, I met with someone. And this brings the next very important focus point in this katha. Who did he meet? And what was this meeting? What was the significance of this meeting? He says, when I was there, Vipra Ek Vaidik Shiva Puja. One day when I was sitting and I was doing my puja in the mandir, I was glorifying, I was worshipping Bhagavan Shiva. There came this great saint, this beautiful soul, Vipra Ek, a very learned person, entered the temple. And as he came into this temple, I felt total difference in my life. Karahi saratehi kajinaduja. He says, I fell in love with his form. I fell in love with the feeling, the vibrations that he brought into this temple when I was doing my puja. And I lost focus on what I was doing because I was focusing now on this person. Who is this person? My dear sisters and brothers, he took this person to be his guru. Parama sadhu, paramartha bindak, shambhu upasak, nahi harivindak. He says that this guru took me under his wings. This great saintly soul, Parama sadhu, this enlightened soul, took me under his wing. He took me as his own, and he started to teach me and educate me of all the rules and regulations described by the Vedas. And this is when he starts to talk now about the importance of this person in his life. Remember, in the journey of life, every moment people come into our life. They come in for a reason. And every negative source who comes into your life is equally important to the good people. Why? Why do I make that statement? Every bad person who comes into your life is equally important to the good ones who enters your life. Why? Because the bad ones remind you how good you are. This is the importance of this. And it teaches us that we can become better, and we can become more better and more advanced as human beings. As though when the good ones come into your life, my dear brothers and sisters, they come in for a reason. So the bad ones, the negative forces enter your heart for a reason, and the good force also enters your heart for a reason, and they are both equal. The bad make you better, and the good can only make you more sublime. This is how we have to look at it. And he says, this guru took me in his wings, under his wings, and he started to teach me all the great things about God and life. So now he starts to describe his guru and his relationship. And this scene here is very, very important because some beautiful thoughts come to mind. Let's see as he continues to tell his story. बाहि जन्म देवी मोहि साई मित्र पढ़ावा पुत्र की नाई मित्र पढ़ावा पुत्र की नाई श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. He says and he tells Garuchi that when I took initiation with him and we became one and I started to take lessons from him, Tehi Sevak mein Kapata Samita. I revered him, I served him, I treated him as though he brought so much of delight to my heart. He was such a great enlightened soul that he brought pure happiness and joy to me. Dvij Dayal Ati Niti Niketa. He says he was such a humble person. He was so humble. He was so pious. And he was so sincere and kind in his dealings with me. He looked at me and he saw me as his humble servant. And he took me. Vipra Padhava Putra Kinai. Tulsidas ji writes that Garuchi, Kakbhushundi says, he treated me as though I was his own son. Vipra Padhava Putra Kinai. He looked at me as though I was his own son. Kabir Das says, a guru comes into life, comes into our hearts, comes into our being because Kabir te andh hai jo guru कहते और हरि रुठे गुरु थोर है गुरु रो तो है नहीं थोर हरि रुठे गुरु थोर है गुरु रूठे नहीं थोर श्यामज राम चंद्र की जय शरणम प्रभु कबीर ते अंध है जो गुरु कहते और. I love these beautiful words of Sant Kabir Das. He says the guru becomes an extra vision to the Shishya. An extra vision. He clears the eyes of Maya. He wipes away the falseness of the eyes. And he allows us to see this beautiful world and life as though it should be seen. This is what Kabir Das ji says. What does Guruji say? Listen to these words. In a beautiful song, he describes, he says, this is what Kakbhushundi, I'm thinking, this is what he was feeling, what he was experiencing, as though this Guru came into my life at the right particular time when I needed help. And he came and he brought great joy to me. Look what Guruji says. Guru ki baat ko mano, sikhaya aaj jo tumko. Guru ki baat ko mano, sikhaya aaj jo tumko. Chalo tum chaal सीधी बतावे जो गुरु तुमको चलो तुम चाल सीधी बताया जो गुरु की बात को मानो, सिखाया आज जो तुमको। चलो तुम चार पैसे बता दे जो गुरु तुमको। बतावे जो गुरु तुमको। बतावे जो गुरु तुमको। He says, he who listens, he who understands, he who accepts and appreciates, and he who follows the teachings of the Guru will be guided to a beautiful place where happiness and joy and true realization will be granted. To nidve kal ushahe lagaye man prabhu ke tum. He says, rise, O man, every day with great aspiration. And that can happen and become a possibility. Milega ishq karni par bataya jo guru tumko. That can become a realization for us to rise and realize and understand that there is so much to do, so much to be had in life when we accept the teachings of the Guru. And I'm thinking to my mind, these are the thoughts that Kakbhushundi was experiencing when he was explaining to Garuji who this great soul was. He was living in Ayodhya. For some reason or the other, he was not happy. Because of adversities and all negativities that crept into his heart, he decided to move far away. Where did he go to? Ujjain. And when he went there, he fell into poverty. More adversity came into his life. But Tulsidas Ji writes that he started to develop more faith. Shambhu Sevakai. He started to develop faith in Lord Shiva. Remember, Kakbhushundi was the second person ever told Ram's story by Lord Shiva. Parvati was the first. Kakbhushundi was the second. This was the connection between Kakbhushundi and Lord Shiva. And he became a great deity, a great disciple of Bhagwan Shiva. And while he was there, this is him telling the story. We just have to hit replay. He says, when I was there, I met this great soul, this great Pipra, this sadhu, a great one, Parama sadhu. And he started to teach me all the great things about life. He was very saintly. Tehi Sevak, I served him. I respected, loved him. Dvij Dayal Ati Niti Niketa. He was very humble, very pious, very sincere, very kind. By which he saw great things in me, great potential in me. And although he was humble, and although I was his shishya, not relation, Bipra Parahava Putra Kinani. He took me under his wings and he treated me as his own son. My dear sisters and brothers, he started now to continue to tell what transpired when the teacher, when the Guru started to teach him. And in the next Dohas and Chopais, Tulsidas Ji writes how things started to change again in his life. What were these changes? When we meet the next satsang, we will continue this beautiful scene in Uttarakhand of Ramcharitramanas, where we will continue to look at the life story of Kakbhushundi. And he tells the story as though he is reliving it. My dear sisters and brothers, please do join us back When we meet again, I'll tell you the format in a few, and then we'll continue this scene from there. I told you when I will conclude my part of my kathas, I want to reach the end of this katha, where he's going to make some beautiful points to Garuchi. Before I hand over to these beautiful Gandharvas, I want to dedicate this special song to a few special people. And I'm going to call out some names. Firstly, all the devotees who ever came into my life and became part of my life. This song is dedicated to everybody who ever came into Pandit Manoj's life and made me the person I am today. I am forever grateful, and I love all of you. To our dear Auntie Devi, the mom of Robert G, today I'm told you're celebrating your 50th birthday. Happy birthday, girl. Keep dying to hear you're looking good. We love you, we miss you. We hope to see you soon. And this song I also want to dedicate to my family. They always say, "Man, you always sing for everybody, but you never sing for me." And I get the end tonight, this song is also for all of you. But a special young man is with us tonight. I want to dedicate this song to him. And this is Kevin Hirlal. Now I will tell you why. You might want to know what wrong with this guy. He run out. Now when we're home, when we leave here in the night time, we go home and stuff. He takes it upon himself and he comes here during the day, in the afternoon, and he tidies up, he cleans up, and he sets back the sheets and everything, and he makes sure that we're well and prepared for the next day. Kev, I want to tell you, I love you. Thank you. May Hanumanji bless us all. Turn to your April calendar. I hope you're in April. If not, you're in the wrong month again. And let's sing together. Prabhu Ramachandra ke Duta Hanumanta Anjaniya. Prabhu Ramachandra ke Duta Hanumanta Anjaniya. Thank you, my dear devotees, all for listening and being part of our satsang once again this beautiful evening. Let's surrender now to the Divine Mother in the 40 verses of the Durga Devi Charisa, which talks about her greatness, her glories, her beautiful form.
Jaya
announcement. Many years ago, Bhagwan looked down on earth and he saw that we needed light. Earth needed to be brighter, so he sent someone special to us, and that was a blessed day, April 4th, which is tomorrow. On behalf of our Shaanti Bhavan family, the Navraatri, myself and my family, and everyone present here tonight, we would like to take this opportunity to wish our dear Pandit Manoj a happy birthday. We really don't get this many opportunities. Pandit, we are truly blessed to be sharing this life with you. We are thankful and appreciate all you do for us, whether it be your children or us adults. May Bhagwan continue to bless you and your family and keep you safe. We would like to extend a special thank you to our dear Ravs and the kids for sharing you with us through the pandemic, no pandemic, every day. Pandit is there to answer us. So we want to say happy birthday, Pandit, and we love you very much. We will sing a few lines of a birthday song to you, where I'm going to ask your chelas to come forward and garland you. Mare bare diliye aaye, mare bare diliye aaye, mare bare diliye aaye, mare bare diliye aaye, tujhe hazaron saal ye meri aarzu. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Pandit. Happy birthday to you. Mare diliye aaye, mare bare diliye aaye, tujhe hazaron saal ye meri aarzu. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Pandit. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Pandit. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We love you so much, Pandit. Thank you for everything that you do for all of us. And thank you for allowing me this opportunity. Actually, you stole this opportunity for us to do this for you. Thank you.
So, you see, although I don't like to be glorified, but I thank you very much for that. Now I know I want Dian. You asked for Dian, Arti, and so we're going to Arti, and that's it. But thank you so much to all of you for that, and I really do appreciate it on behalf of myself and my family. I love what I do. I love the person I've become because of my family and the support of everybody behind me. And I pray that God will bless me many, many more years to continue to do this always. And of course, as you mentioned, my better half here at home can't do it without her and her support with the children, allowing me daddy again, even I love again, Puja again. So I want to pray that God bless all of us, bless all of you, keep us together. Long journey ahead. We will get there, we will get through it together. Remember, the more we stand, the more we can become strong. Daya Rupe, Daya Drishti, Daya Dri, Dukha Mochini, Sarva Patarike, Durge, Jagadhatri, Namostute. To Aaron, Uma, we love you guys dearly. Thank you for sponsoring tonight. May Bhagwan bless you. Sarva Mangal Mangalye on our live stream and all of you for being here tonight, part of our satsang. I want to wish each and every one of you a safe and a beautiful week ahead. Please note, tomorrow evening, Tuesday evening and Wednesday evening, all 3 sessions, 7 p.m. regular time, live from Minnesota. Panadipak will be on for all 3 sessions. So please remember that Monday night, Tuesday night and Wednesday night, Panadipak will be joining us live from Minnesota. So we do look forward for his beautiful satsang to all of us. So God bless you. Enjoy. Until we meet again, may the beautiful blessings of the Lord be with all of us. To Aaron and Uma, once again, thank you so much. They donated $101 to the Mandir. God bless. Sit down.